only support and understanding.
Yeah.
I mean, what do they expect?
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
The best thing to do for kids to get them into farming is to make them go pick beans off bean pole strings of bean poles, because it's arduous, long, hot work that pays you about $1.75 a day. So it cures you of wanting to do anything like that ever again.
Personally, I think my nephew has gone up for a holiday. So we can grow pretty much any crop in Australia.
Yeah.
Why we don't, I don't know. I think most of our land has been sold to the Chinese, so they can farm it.
Have they
But we
bought
can pretty much,
a lot of your land?
in terms of corporate properties, yes, China. And in fact, what we've allowed them to do is bring in specific workers and house them there, and they can work there, but they're not
Wow.
considered Australian citizens. Like it's pretty
Is that
bad. Like I'm
is that
pretty disgusted
controversial?
with our government.
Yeah.
No, because most people don't know about it, and it occasionally gets mentioned. But it's country Australia, so a lot of people in the cities don't pay too much mind to
Yeah.
country Australia.
Yeah.
Which, like, especially our state, my state in particular, the way the government has organised New South Wales for the longest time is they've made it Sydney centric, which is really bad, but that's what they've done. So you'll see less services out in the country, and it's progressively gotten worse, and it's bad.
So the cities are
Political
taking all the
parties,
resources that they
yeah.
pay for by and large, but not enough of the rural countryside gets much of anything.
Well, it's more like when cuts are made, they'll cut hospitals in the country, they'll cut banks in the country. Like so,
Yeah.
what you end up having is these hubs, towns that are hubs for all the other towns around it. And I mean, both parties are guilty of it,
Yeah.
and it's pretty bad. Like it's the I think in most Western democracies, you could argue that the quality of our politicians and worse, the bureaucrats, because it's really the bureaucrats that
Yeah.
do the day-to-day stuff,
Yeah.
are just garbage, utter garbage.
Are
and
they
greedy as all hell.
highly ideologically driven like they are here in the States, where you have all these bureaucrats? They'll have these ideological agendas and they'll push it through, and there's no voting and you don't get a chance to do anything about it.
So what you
And
tend to see in Australia, because we're smaller, is we get a lot of your news and say English news. So when we see the divisions by politics, it's mostly dominated by what you guys experience over there. But there used to be more ideological divisions in our political parties, but not toxic. Like you
yeah.
understood that philosophically this political party was about this, and philosophically this political party was about that.
Yeah.
Now they're really not about anything unless it gets them a vote. So
Yeah.
so they'll do backflips. One prime minister of the party, will be subsumed by replaced by the same party by a different prime minister, and he'll do a backflip on his attitudes to like climate change and immigration and stuff like that. The differences in our two major parties, like you've got Democrats and Republicans, we've got Labor, Liberal, and they're not distinctly the same, by the way. The divide is less. It's really about which group of people of cohorts are you taking bribes from, which cohort of people do you tend to
So
to give a lot of money to?
Right.
So, for example, Labor tends to give a lot of money to the unions, and Liberals tend to give a lot of money to corporations. But even that is blurred now. Like the differences in our political parties are so minute. Like it comes down to maybe climate change and immigration arguments, and that's about it. And it's pretty pathetic. Like the attitude of most Australians towards our politicians, I won't say it's as bad as England, but it's not great. We don't talk revolution here. We just are just not interested.
Yeah.
And you tend to see, cohorts that are kind of stuff, and every now and again you get someone who's a bit of a populist. So right now, for example, you would argue that there's a lady by the name of Pauline Hanson in our country. I personally liked her, and I always liked her, but she's been tarred with the right brush. racist and all the rest of it, which is, I think, early days, and this is going back 20 years, early days, she was like a fish and chip shop owner, so she was very rough. But when she came onto the political stage, she wanted to have the tough discussions and wanted to, like many Australians, dismiss the bullshit.
Yeah.
Which meant she would call a spade, but sometimes it just lands so badly that it just comes across as racist for people. So, it's pretty bad.
Do you think she is racist?
She's more popular now. No. I think
so. They just hype it up and make it worse than it really is. Make it sound worse than it really is.
I think that people who are sensitive to it could make it that and do make it that. But for example, we have an Indigenous population. We call them Aborigines here in Australia, and there's a lot of bullshit that goes to placate that cohort. And when you look at statistically the differences all that placating has made to them as a population, it's made 1% difference, and yet they've got billions of dollars over the years to placate them. And they're no better integrated.
And what's the goal of that $1 billion? What are they trying to fix or help or improve?
Votes. They just basically want votes.
They just want votes.
Political parties want votes. They want to be they basically moralize.
So they're not doing anything to help Indigenous people in any particular way.
No, so for example, deaths in custody is still pretty high. Crime rates are pretty high. Low literacy rates are pretty high. Illiteracy rates are pretty high. In saying that, there are far more in at work than there has ever been. There's far more engagement from them, but they've almost been victimized to the point where they, you can't take away their handouts.
Yeah.
And privately they get handouts. People don't even know the kind of handouts they get. So for example, every 5 years they get a new car at barely any money and barely any repayments.
Wait,
they get a higher rate.
You're giving them cars?
So the government has a private deal with certain manufacturers who operate in this country to essentially give them cars. Yes, it's pretty bad. And not many Australians know about it too, because I live in Waterloo with a lot of Aborigines around me.
A car's a $40,000 or $30,000 give.
Yeah, that's right. And there've been massive payouts to Aborigines as well. One of our friends who helped raise my nephew got a $60,000 lump sum payment 1 year, and she has it was for the lost generation, but for which is the lost generation are basically those Indigenous kids that were taken away from their families deliberately by the Catholic Church to essentially integrate or whiten them. In saying that, Isabel, who's the lady I'm talking about, she was grateful because her mother was just
horrible.
It was a nightmare. It was worse than hell.
Wow.
So it was actually Isabel's always actually thankful for it, but she got a $60,000 payout 1 year. So there's every now and again and then Mabo happened, which was
how representative is her experience? How messed up were Aboriginal families? Was that a common thing, or is it any family you can have?
It depends
a messed up family
where you're
here
talking
and there,
about.
Right?
Look, it depends where you're talking about it. And to be honest, I'm not that well acquainted, nor have I ever really been that interested. Yeah. And that's the major issue with Australians is we really don't give a damn. There are pockets of people who give a damn, and there's pockets of suburbs who might give a damn in the populace. But most Australians couldn't give a damn about Aborigines. You're either Australian or you're not. Why are you getting extra handouts when we don't? We're here, we've been here for ages, we're Australian. You're not a separate country, you're not a separate nation. And there are even people arcing up. There's been this corporatization thing happen, as you guys experienced, where pretty much we named meeting rooms after Indigenous names. Because the New Zealanders were doing the haka, we introduced this welcome to country thing in some of our rugby games that then filtered into all meetings everywhere in Australia where you would acknowledge the previous landowners, which is a welcome to nation sort of thing.
It's another spin on wokeness, taking everything over.
The custodians of the land. You say it in some bullshit
sense, which
I resent.
Hey, everybody.
Because I know a fair few Aborigines myself, and they don't give a toss about my ancestors. So why the hell should I give a toss about theirs? Like
Yeah.
I wasn't here when anything was done to them.
It's your
I
fault.
didn't benefit from anything was
You've
done
been
to
in
them.
this stream long enough to know that it's all your fault. Why are you balking at it
That's
now?
right. So it was definitely a Western democratic thing that happened over the last 20 years, where societies were made their dominant culture to feel guilty for every other culture.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much gone everywhere. And I do blame American culture dominance for it, because it seems to, like, you guys seem to influence a lot of Western countries because you are so dominant. Like you make up 25% of the global market.
Yeah,
So
and media and
you
so
do
many
something,
influences.
We do
right?
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't blame individuals. I just mean society.
Yeah, no, I get you.
This virus, like the trans movement, it's the same crap.
Yeah.
I know you've got kids that have, experienced that.
Yeah, I do.
Phenomenon, but I have no patience for it. I mean, I'll respect it, as in, like, if you want to call yourself that, call yourself that, but don't make me believe it, because I never will. And I kind of resent the amount of influence America's had on the world in that way. In other ways, America's been very good.
Sure.
Good influence, but this kind of stuff just annoys the crap.
Fuel at 25%.
That's our politics in a nutshell.
Wow. That's as depressing as it is here.
Not as much, because we're not as divisive. Like, you can have conversations with people.
Don't worry, you'll get there.
Yeah.
The way it's been pushed and stuff for everybody is.
No, well,
it's
there's a cultural Australian tradition, which is called the tall poppy syndrome, which essentially means if you get bigger than you think you need to be, we will cut you down. Like, we will. Like, you guys celebrate your leaders. Like, you guys culturally look for leadership and celebrate leadership, right? So, if it's not your leader, fine, you don't like him, but you see this cultivation of leadership in your country and celebration of it, whereas we will tear them down. And so typically, you'll never get such a populist who will influence the population to believe completely in any idea. Because the moment they get too big for their boots, we just turn off them. It's just something culturally.
Target spotted.
I'm not saying it's healthy, I'm just saying that's what we do.
Yeah. Well, the country I grew up in, people, Democrats or Republicans, by and large, talk to each other and hear each other out and converse. And I grew up in a family where that was normal, right? And they were good-natured conversations, even when people vehemently disagreed. They weren't evil to each other.
And in Australia, we just wouldn't bother with the conversations because we wouldn't even consider them important. Like,
right.
The dominance of politics now in this last, I think, 20 years really has meant that like the issues now are apparently do or die kind of stuff. Like, that's the impression we get in America. Like, these are do or die sign of issues, and if you're not with me, you're against me. And for most Australians, it's just like we just consider our politicians liars and cheaters and corrupt, and
just dismiss them out of hand, kind of.
Well, like, for example, they've run up I mean, I can't stand the Labour Party now just because their position on Israel, but I couldn't stand the last Liberal government because the amount of corruption they literally went through. It was just revolting. We've now got supposedly a $10 billion debt, which for our country is pretty massive, and it's actually much larger. That's
nothing. We're like in the trillions.
Yeah, but we're a much smaller country. So, but we used to fluctuate. So, Dark, we would be in surplus and deficit, like, depending on like the period, like which politician was in place, but in power. But it wouldn't fluctuate like so vastly high. And we haven't come down. The last 15 years or 24 years, we've only racked up debt in this country. And as you know, and you guys are paying for it, like, we are seeing, like, under Biden, you guys were complaining about the prices of stuff. I don't know what it's like under Trump right now, but, we're seeing those kind of
some things are better.
Well, we're seeing those kind of cost increases repeatedly, and it's largely due to placating two major corporations in Australia. Wesfarmers, which owns our major supermarket, Westfarmers,
Getting torn
Woolworths,
up here. This is
another
bad.
one called Coles, and essentially they dominate our supermarket, and they make out like they're a competition, but basically
Okay,
it's
back
all
up, because I was in
garbage.
the middle of dying there, so I missed the last part you were talking about.
Oh, sorry. So mainly, like, we've got very large corporations who dominate our farms, so, and the whole chain from farm
They
to
dominate your
table.
what?
They dominate goods, like
Like
our
delivery, you mean,
supermarket.
of goods?
No. So supermarkets. So we've got two major. We've got three now, but we've got basically two major supermarkets in this country. It's called Woolworths and Coles. So when you're buying all your groceries, that's where you're buying it from.
Deal with the show, okay, I gotta get
And these two large corporations who own them, they make out like it's competition, but it's not. They basically,
pushed down by
over a period of
Leicester.
10 years, just take turns raising their prices. So 1 week, one brand is cheaper at this store, and then it goes up the next week even higher. And then while the other brand, like the other companies, like Coles, will make it 1 week
Right.
where it's higher, and then the off week of that other company they'll make it lower. But gradually, it's all increasing anyway.
It's all
So
increasing, yeah.
it's nonsense that it's competition. It's just
Do they do the same thing that our companies do, where they'll say, oh, there's a shortage of eggs, and there might be a genuine reason for there to be a shortage of eggs, like we had to kill billions of chickens because of a swine flu thing or something, right? So the prices of eggs go up to $8, and then the shortage is over, and so they lower it back down to $6, even though it was $3 in the first place.
Yeah, so that does happen, especially after COVID. That does happen, but we do have regions which do get floods, and they do wipe out things like chickens. Like I've lived through 2 lots of that, which has been pretty bad. But yeah, you're right. They never go back down to the original price, and we haven't gone back to pre-COVID prices. Let's just say that.
Yeah. And it seems like every excuse, well, fuel is more expensive. Well, now it's less expensive, but you didn't lower prices when it came back down, or when it went lower, right?
The biggest problem in Australia is the housing cost. So
that's terrible here too.
Yeah, but so for us, it originally occurred when, and this is back in the 70s, when they made the decision to allow housing as an investment stream. So major corporations like superannuation funds, when eventually they got off the ground, they used it as a way to invest. And so the attitude in Australia went from owning a home for shelter to owning a home to secure your retirement. And so it's everyone's interest that the value of the property only either stays the same or goes up, but better if it goes up, because that's essentially your retirement fund. And so
no one had enough money to get a retirement going, basically, and add into it over time.
Well, no, it just became the logical thing to do as a way to work towards a retirement fund, because it'd be your house, and then eventually, it'd be worth triple the price, and you could sell it, and you could live off that in a cheaper house somewhere else. Like it just mutated into that. And then governments, to prop up the gap between people who can afford it and not, they use short-term band-aid methods, which only just jack up the price. So they'll give these subsidies, but they still increase the stamp duty. They still add on all these extra taxes. It doesn't matter. So essentially now more and more younger generation are being locked out of the housing market. And then coupled with the immigration policy we had in the last 10 years, which has just been unfettered and ridiculous. Like it doesn't compare to the tidal wave you guys have experienced, but it's been similar. Like I would say that a lot of Western democratic nations have just copy printed the dysfunctions of everyone else and just marched to the tune, and now we're living the nightmare.
Yeah.
And, so for example, an average property here in a major city is going to cost you at least $1 million, which in American money would be about 1.3 million.
Wow. For an average property.
That would be a dilapidated.
Who can afford that? How do they even sell it?
Yeah. And then if you really want to get into it, you would want to spend about 1.5, which would be about 1.9 American dollars. And then it only goes up from there. And so it's just really stupid. It's just, It's really dumb. But
I
in the country, it's different.
because
The
I was
country
in
you can find-
I was in the ministry for 35 years, and then had to do odd jobs on the side, even though I was full time.
Yeah.
And I never made more than 25,000, 20,000 typically, or less. I mean, when I started, I was making 16 or 15,000 a year.
Yeah, it's nothing.
It's nothing.
We have other states, like capitals of other states, which are slightly less, but like the major cities, which would be Sydney and Melbourne, it's kind of like that. That's the sort of market that you're dealing with. People in Brisbane it's probably still a little bit affordable, but there might be people listening who.
But I would never be able to buy a house ever because they were.
I'm gonna eat my dinner. I'll come back in a sec.
Yeah. All right. Excuse me. Welcome to the stream, whoever's there lurking around. Welcome. Searching for a drop. That's what I'm doing. I'm heading down to tier 2 today. It looks like I won't be on long enough probably to achieve it, but it looks like it's possible. I've started setting inverse goals. I was up at the top of tier 1 for about a year, and the last several updates, they've made it clear that they don't want me to be in tier 1 anymore, that I'm not good enough. I don't hit the bar. Well, I hit the bar with my head instead of rising over it.
I suppose I should stop talking about politics because it's...
Yeah, that's okay. I was just going to say that if you took all the money that I made in 10 years and you take taxes out, I still had to pay taxes. They were lower than somebody making $80,000 a year, obviously, but they still were 15%. Plus, I had to pay my own Social Security plus the part that normally someone working for me would pay. So I paid 15% Social Security, which is kind of like a bad retirement, plan for those that have no retirement plan at all. But everybody has to pay into it, and your employer pays half of it typically, and then you pay the other half. But if you're a pastor, you pay the full thing. Hey everybody, good luck. Have fun. I would have made maybe $120,000 in 10 years, $150,000 in 10 years. How am I going to pay for a $400,000, $500,000 house or $1 million house over 30 years if I only make, $400,000 over 30 years?
You know what our government has done is they're leaning more and more into rent assistance, which is government subsidies for people on the lower.
Yeah, but that's just not really. I don't know that that's really the best way to go either. It doesn't help.
No. It's all terrible, right? Until they're willing to sit down and stop housing from being an investment stream, nothing's going to change. Like, you can't wind back the gap.
Well, and I don't even have a problem with housing being an investment, but it's not. Shouldn't be your retirement.
No, you
right?
No, like, you should have a problem with it because that is fundamentally the reason why this all happens.
Well, but fundamentally, it's going to always be that.
Well, it didn't have to be, and there was a period of time where it definitely wasn't, Doug.
When? When has your house not ever been an investment?
I'm not talking about for you. I'm talking about the fact that the corporations are involved.
Oh, you have corporations buying the housing and using it as an investment?
You're seeing that too, yeah. So like
corporations shouldn't really be able to buy single home dwellings, I don't think. I think that's ridiculous.
Here like crazy.
Where do they do it here? Hi, Corsair. Where do they do it here? Let's interrupt Drax for a second. Where do they do it here?
Everywhere.
Because I haven't heard of that really
I get phone calls,
much here.
Phone calls all the time, and a lot of them are groups or companies that are owned by hedge funds that are purchasing all the single-family homes.
Oh wow! Down in Texas.
All across the country, Dark.
I haven't ever heard of it here. So when I was working with the Airbnb group trying to keep the city council from shutting us down in our own properties, we looked into that, and there weren't any in Eugene. That was 3 to 5 years ago. There were none. We had heard of it, and the city council was afraid we were doing it. They were afraid that Airbnb was buying up properties, and Airbnb wasn't buying any properties. They don't own properties.
Let me put it to you like this, right? Let me put it like, in education, right? Kids can borrow money to pay for their education.
Yeah.
And I like that, but I'm not ignorant to what it creates. There was a certain time in your history where universities, the cost of going to universities was X amount.
Yeah. Oh, it's
And
ridiculous.
that was it. And it was stable, right? When you make something an investment stream or allow a structure for investment, so government's investing in their students by giving them the loans, then it becomes carte blanche for that education to creep up the costs of everything.
Yep. No, I totally get
And
it.
which is why you have this massive gap. Well, it's kind of
Yeah.
like the same for housing. When you make superannuation investment stream for your house, it means that suddenly you can increase material costs. Like there's all these peripheral things that start to increase, which means just building a home costs far more. Like we can grow all my materials here, but we don't. And, you know, we pay X amount more now to import stuff.
Yeah.
But the worst thing is this, is that, you know, an 85-year-old who invested in their property like in the 50s when property was say anywhere from $20,000 to $60,000, they're now sitting on multi-million-dollar properties. No government is going to try and wind back the investment capabilities like the infrastructure and housing, because then they'd have to be faced with the grey wave of voters against them, because it means suddenly property prices would dramatically drop. There goes people's retirement funds, or a massive bite in their retirement fund, and it's not popular. So everything's locked in to create band-aid solutions for an out-of-control housing prices, and there is no real solution until you're willing to actually admit that this is just out of the reach of the average person and wind this all back.
Yeah.
But it's not in any politicians
we've seen
to have
that
conversation.
We've seen that thing in education and in healthcare here, and it's just outrageously out of control.
They've taken down Beta.
Any government spending in the area is inflationary. So the moment a government decides, all right, well, we'll cut the deficit, like your debt to education by 20%, which is what they've just done here. Well, and I know there was something they've done in America a while ago. It just means that you get this inflationary thing happening within the market, and you know someone paid for it. It was the taxpayer who paid for it somehow, and then you see rising. And I'm sympathetic to like students, because I've been a student. I've done the debt system. I paid my debt off, and I'm grateful for it. But like, there's a reality to it too, and this is the argument.
Well, and the problem isn't that the government provides these student loans that are at 4.5% or whatever. It's that you're right. The cost of education just went skyrocketed.
Yeah.
So now they're taking out an $80,000 loan for what used to be $12,000.
For most of the students, the education quality that they're getting, certainly you could say in the last 5 years or 10 years in America, at these elite schools, isn't really that better from, say, some of the other universities that aren't in that top tier, because it's the same friggin' books.
Oh yeah.
There's only a slice. There's only something like 3% of uni students who essentially go on to greatness and achieve greatness during their university years. So, you know, I don't.
Well, and typically those 3% are going to come from. They could come from any university, really.
Well,
I mean, you've got connections going to Harvard or Yale. You'll have connections and a fancier-looking, resume. But hey, Thundercats, welcome. Looking for group? I'll be happy to grab you. Yeah. Hang on. Let me make a group real quickly.
And this is the most I've talked about politics ever in the last 2 years, Dark. And I'm an average Australian when it comes to talking about politics. Like, we just don't bother with it.
I'm just pushing you right over the lobby. I mean, right over the edge, aren't I? Oops, I just made a private lobby. I didn't want to do that. Did that ruin my group? Darn it.
Apparently you can invite Brios as well.
Thundercats is in there. Okay, great. Oh. He might want to join. He loves low tier stuff. Well, I'm getting into lower and lower tiers recently. So since they've done some updates, I'm just biting it over and over and over again. I mean, I was never as good as you guys, but I finally got into tier 1 Thundercats and then was there for about a year, maybe a little more. And then now I'm just going down, 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 down. Since the last patch or 2 patches. Yep, tier 1 is like ranging from 4K rank to above. All it takes is a good mech spam. What's good mech spam? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? I don't understand the lingo. I need a translator, please. Someone? Anyone? Ranging from 4K rank to above. Like, what's 4,000 kills, you mean?
Just dropping an awful lot.
Oh, using I have a solid performance mech. I'm not a solid pilot. That's the problem. But I was good enough in a mech that was real suited to me that I got into tier 1. I got all the way to the top of tier 1. I stayed there for a long time. After 12 years of slumming it down in tier 6. And then they changed stuff enough that I'm just a mess. I'm down. I could, if I applied myself, focused tonight, I could get down into tier 2 tonight. I'm that close.
I thought you were going to say you would shoot people on the back.
That's probably how I would do it. That'd be the fast track. 4K on rank amount the 20K players. There's about 20,000 players. I'm still not really getting it.
So I think what he's saying is that rank 1 is basically 4,000 of the 20,000 that play the game. But
okay,
know.
yeah, the top. Yeah, I'm ranked 6,800th out of 20,000 players. Is that what you're saying? So when did they change that? You're ranked 200. Is that all? Slacker, Thundercats. I knew you were a slacker. But they should have let me stay in tier 1. It makes me feel good about myself. And now I'm having self-confidence issues. I don't want to go outside in the sun, and I'm eating more potato chips than I should. It used to be 150, but you got old. I'm already old. That's probably my problem. I mean, I'll probably have more fun, maybe better matches in tier 2 or I used to do well in tier 3. When I got a new computer, I went from tier 3 to tier 2 to tier 1 within about 2 months. It changed my ability to, hit targets that much. But then now they've just said, nah, he's not good enough. He's just not good enough. Hey, Kodo, are you going to join me? Corsair, did you want to join me?
I'm working on the website at the moment.
Okay. Then, Kodo?
Yep.
Okay, how long will you be in? Because I can cancel and we can get you in.
Start. I get to bat first.
Okay, great. We'll go, Thundercats. Looks like we're waiting no matter what. If he can patch fast enough, we'll quit and restart the search. Yeah, experienced that. Got a 4790K at some point and just got better. How did you get better? Like, how did you do it? Because 47, that feels like that's attainable by me, but I'd have to actually practice and pay attention. That might keep it out of reach. And I talk and play, right? So it's like that's probably not the best way to win either.
Be honest, Doc.
What's that?
You only have to replicate. You only have to replicate the things you do when you get 1K scores, and a lot of the times you're not consistent with the replication of it. Like
yeah.
Being
but a lot of
it
it's
spear over and over and over again.
A lot of it's positioning.
Cutting down
that's what I was
over and
say.
over and over and over and over again in funks. For enemy mechs is probably costing you your rank.
I feel like shutting down is a good time to contemplate, though, the decisions of my life.
Yeah, but usually what are you contemplating? I'm about to die.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about usually. Like my whole life's flashing in front of me. I went from 14 to 30 frames. Lucky if I got 40, but usually it was 25 or maybe sometimes less than that, to a solid 75 and it just made a huge difference. And I could probably get. I would be able to get higher because I've got a 4090. I could get higher, except my screen refresh is 75, so it's not going to go higher than that anyway.
But you're going down in the rank, you're saying?
I wasn't until the last 2 patches. Whenever they changed things, they changed something, and I just started going down immediately. And I think some of it had to do with I'm just getting put in a lot of matches where we're getting beat 12-2, 12-1, 12-3. 12-4, 12-0, over and over and over again, night after night for the last 2 months. It's been very few wins for whatever team I'm on, which is either my fault. Corsair would probably say it's my fault, but it's just been brutal. So they're putting me against real tier 1 players. I think at a higher ratio of tier 1 players, and I'm barely a tier 1 player. I'm not a solid. I'm a mediocre player. Decent, okay. I'm fine, but I'm not great.
Doc, you still, this is a ridiculous conversation. Like, the biggest problem you have is on a bad game, you're shutting down 3 times at least. That's literally the problem.
You think that shutting down is bad.
Look at your mini-map to watch the rotation. You decide to stay where you are too long, although I've noticed recently you're not doing that, which is
I'm trying not to do that.
Like, there's just poor tactics on bad games from you.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Dark, have you noticed a change in your heat sound file?
Which one is it that I'm supposed to be listening to? Because I did move that over there.
I think.
Thundercats, that's an expensive monitor. Mine was $1,200, I think, or $1,100. Mine's a 38-inch ultra wide. It's 40. What is it? What's the resolution on 4K? It's 4200 or gosh, I used to have that memorized. It's 4K across, then it's 1600 high instead of a lot of them which are only 1200 high.
Yeah, but when that happens, Thundercats, it doesn't help the Marauder who gets the bad position. He dies early. Like, it may help the friends, but it doesn't help the player who did that.
Thundercat says, I've seen many matches have been won because everyone hates on Marauder's bad position and gives the advantage to his friends. That's it. Everybody hates me.
Reactor online.
That's what it is. It's because I'm a world famous streamer and the hero of the inner sphere, and if I can get there. Oh no, it played the wrong thing. What happened? It's supposed to play my movie star clip. There we go. That's right. Voice of the pirate captain in Hired Steel 2 and 4. Movie star. That's why everybody hates on me. That's it.
I've got 2 minutes of ads, Dark, so I missed all of it.
Oh man, that was all the exciting part for the whole stream. I don't want to go this way. I want to go this way. No, I don't. I want to go that way. I'm so confused. This is why I get bad scores. I don't know where I'm going or why.
It's good that you can admit, Dark.
Well, I didn't ever get
can't.
into drugs or alcohol, so I know that the first step in healing is to admit your problem, but I'm hoping the first step to becoming not as bad is to admit my problem.
Yeah.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Acquired.
Streams forever.
Target
It's back up.
spotted.
It's okay.
I'm guessing there's some people up on the Charlie line. I don't see anybody there. There was a good sniper hit me really hard yesterday up there.
Target spotted.
Oh, come on.
Target spotted.
Is he over there? No, he's not. All right.
So if you look at your mini-map, Thundercats are spotting the enemy and they're showing up in E5,
Watch it, look,
E4,
there's an eye
E3.
leader coming
They're
back
doing the
that way.
typical root duck.
Target spotted.
Echo 5 is down here.
Well, they're also an E3, E4, so
Yeah.
they're just coming up the other side.
That wolf. Don't stagger behind.
There's a bunch over there, D3. Looks like.
Target spotted.
Let's see if I can shoot some long-range shots at these guys.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Fuel at 25%. Fuel at 0%.
I didn't think I'd make it.
Target
I was
spotted.
hoping I
Need
would.
assistance.
So look what's happening. Basically, I think there's 3 mechs over there, and the
Yeah.
whole team's rushing them.
Airstrike online. Warning,
Well, I'm gonna go help
incoming
'em.
Missile.
Because at least that'll be 3 mechs that we don't have to deal with anymore,
Target
right?
destroyed.
Target spotted.
losses. Don't get sloppy out there.
Yeah. I think it looks like at least half.
Target acquired.
Some are just grouping up back where you were.
Turn around, hit the group in Echo 4.
Target spotted.
Thundercats got a kill.
Who got it?
Thundercats got
Target
one.
spotted.
Ah,
3 of them died though.
Target spotted. Need
Fuel
assistance.
at 25%.
Shoot the UAV, please.
I think I'm going to go up there and try to get him. I don't normally come
Target
over here and do
spotted.
this, but it seems like it might be fun.
Fuel at
Target spotted.
25%.
Target spotted. Thanks.
No,
Target
sir.
spotted.
No.
Yeah.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
He's underneath you, Dark.
I know. Which side did he go? Did he go around the here?
No, he's literally underneath you.
It's right over here.
Target spotted.
There we go.
Target acquired.
Target spotted.
Get his.
I can't get his back. I'd like to.
No, he's walking backwards. He's going small. He'll pop out again.
Target spotted.
He's got low arms, so you can use that to your advantage. He'll walk back further to try and
He's
get
going
you.
to have to turn around for this
You've
guy.
got one of your allies come behind him, so they'll shoot his back.
I'm on his head, I think.
Airstrike online.
Yeah. It's making it hard.
Target destroyed.
The enemies are eliminated.
Get his back, get his back.
I can't. I got to move out of the way first.
The other
Trying to
one
get
got him, though.
trying to get off here. He's still alive? Or did they get him?
Well,
he's dead.
7 of your team is dead,
Cool,
so
man.
they're just going to
Awesome.
rush it at this
Yeah.
point. Dark.
Details. All right, I'm going to go over here.
Warning, incoming missile.
Target spotted.
I kind of want to get to a spot where I can have a little bit of cover here, but I don't really see
We're
that
taking
I have a
critical
good spot.
losses. We need you to pull through.
You're also getting a back line up at this point.
I think I legged him.
Warning, incoming
Oh,
missile.
babies.
Left torso.
Yeah, that's that.
Yeah.
It was too low to finish taking out that light.
Critical. New target acquired. Critical. Override shutdown. Left leg critical damage. Right leg critical damage.
Like a good Locust player.
Dude, that
he
was
is good
amazing.
luck.
We're all kind of raving over it in my
Warning,
Discord right
incoming
now.
missile.
What did he do? I missed it.
I got a kill on one of the mechs, and
Oh,
if he hung around, he probably would have got another kill. And now he's just running away.
he's still
His
got
legs
2
shot out.
legs. That's a nice thing.
Herman, do you
Well,
see
red
is
and
that how
orange
you
is
say
in
your
the
name?
last.
Thundercats, the monitor I got is for photo and video editing, so it's got to be pretty color accurate. So it's a higher end monitor, but that was 6 years ago. So you can still spend that much obviously on a monitor, but this particular one would be cheaper now. Yeah, he's not going to do anything there.
Well, the moment he fires his lasers, they know where he is.
Yeah, and he's like way out of range of any of them, though. He needs to go hunting.
And he's trying to get something by himself.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys will do a rotation around to him. You could just wait.
Yeah, they'll find him eventually.
He needs to look for a prime target, something already massively damaged.
Or something big and slow that he can get close to.
I love the people who complain about this bit. Like, he's not doing anything wrong. He's...
Back shot. Take it. Oh, take the back shot. Forget the weapon.
There it is. There it is.
And now the weapon's gone. That's fine, but does he have CT weapons?
Okay. Needs to move. The guy's worthless.
Oh, the dead comrade.
Yeah, needs to get back in shelter. That's it. People don't appreciate a good, like, light hunt at the end of a game.
Yeah, I don't mind them as long as they're doing something. It's when they're just camping and hiding somewhere that I don't really like it. He's gonna shoot you now. There we go.
I think he's trying to get a lock on to see what damage someone's got.
Oh. He should go quite a ways away because they know where he's at now.
Yeah. At the same time, he's got
like I should tell him how to run a light.
Left torso, critical damage.
Well, you know, it's part of the game, isn't it?
Yep, that's right.
Oh, get the guy's leg.
Back mech driving.
He could leg that. He could leg that thing. Yes, he's going to go for the leg. Oh no, he's not. Okay. Must be
Yeah, well, not only that, Thundercats, and you probably know this too, but everybody's monitors are of all sorts of different quality. So even image color accuracy, the problem is that I'm used to doing work for print and for commercial clients. So it has to be right because you can't control what people are going to be watching it on a lot of times, of course, but you can control for what you can control for. And so you want to make it correct technically so that if they have a good monitor, it will be correct. And if they don't, then that's on them, not you. So, and this is not by any means, you can get $10,000 color calibrating monitors. This is not that, but it's good enough that I can do photo editing on it and video color correction and grading and stuff on it nicely.
That's a respectable score, Doc.
No, it's not. 191. Poof.
Oh, sorry, I was looking at damage taken, my bad.
Yeah. Yeah. There's another down arrow for me. I'm zeroing in on that tier 2 goal. It's trying to evade me, but I'm getting there. I've got it trapped now. Look at that. Look at that. I was clear up here on the other end. Now I'm clear down here. Every night it goes down about a tenth of the way. It's terrible. They're weeding me out. Kodo, are you available?
Yep.
Brios is online. I'm going to give another invite, see if he wants it. He might have standards. There's that. He might not want to come in here.
It's not
Grayson,
online.
Grayson Death Carlo. He's online, it says here. Grayson Death Carlisle's
No, I mean, he's not on Twitch online. I mean, he's not streaming.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Thanks, Thundercats.
Here we go. We're lunching. Thundercats, where do you live? I don't remember. Last time I dropped with you, we were doing I think we were doing faction play And you were bowling down like 2,400 a match. It was ridiculous.
Uruguay.
Uruguay.
Yeah.
Wow, next to Argentina.
My sister
right
married
next
a
door.
Uruguayan man.
I would see, unless I was from Uruguay, I would never know how to pronounce it. I would mispronounce it, which is mispronouncing pronounce. Like I get the Eura, but the Guay. If Drax hadn't said it first, I would have made a fool of myself. Probably, I would have said Uruguay.
Really?
Yeah, I think, but Uruguay is correct, I believe.
That's the way we say it in Australia, but I mean, maybe it's correct your way. I don't know.
Uruguay. Yeah. Yeah. What's the population of Uruguay? And you guys grow apples? Sorry, got to bring back to the original conversation. Can't help myself.
Why is that important to you, Doug?
3.3 million, half of them living in the capital. Wow. Yeah, do you guys grow apples there? Is that a crop that you locally grow and maybe export even? Most rely on cows. We have 3 cows per citizen. But the steak is good eating. Wow. We have 3 cars per citizen here in America, it feels like. Not really, but sometimes you wonder. You get on the roads, it's like, where did all these cars come from? Do 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 do. Okay. We got Gun Raptor, Horse, Lazy Hate, Root Boy, the Gee Whiz. That's a pretty good name.
SLDF pilot.
I think a good name for a pilot. I always try to come up with good names for pilots. You know, I think Eternal Hunger would be good. Is there a Razor? Razor would be pretty good. Or Unsafety Razor. That might be good. Acid Reflux. That'd be okay.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online.
I eat meat every day. It's very affordable, and in calories might be cheaper than vegetables.
Some of the best meat in the world in Uruguay.
And to be fair, meat from cows is made from vegetables, so you're actually being a vegetarian secondhand, right? To be fair, a secondhand vegetarian is better than no vegetarian at all.
Fuel at 25%.
If a vegetarian and a vegan fell off a building, who would win?
The vegetarian.
Society.
Everyone.
That was told by a 12-year-old kid, I think. We're global. It's an Aussie boy.
That's good. It's like, you know, the difference between a clarinet and a bassoon.
Target spotted.
No.
A bassoon takes twice as long to burn,
Airstrike online.
or burns twice as long, or whatever, if you're trying to stay warm.
Nice.
Target spotted.
Did you hear about the drummer that got locked in his car?
No.
Yeah, he left the keys in the ignition.
Target spotted.
Jesus.
I know a bunch of drummer jokes. I'm going to get shot here because I jumped in front of these guys, and now I'm on the wrong side of the world. Get over here. Whew, lucky. Do you know how to tell if the stage is level?
No.
Drum comes out of both sides of the drummer's mouth. Did I say? Meant to say drool. Did I say drums? Drool comes out of both sides of the drummer's mouth. Sounds like I'm going to be drooling here. Oh man, I'm in a bad spot. My team's not wait for my team to engage them. I'm kind of wasting my armor here. Is it bad to shoot the red enemy target thing, their base thing?
So lots of time, but it isn't bad.
It takes
It
away
removes
time?
from the counter, from the timer.
So
the countdown.
it adds seconds to their timer. So if
Oh, to their timer? Shouldn't. It should take away seconds.
well, no, because you're counting down from one.
Oh, okay.
So it's adding back time.
Well, look, one of my light little lasers made it past the rocks.
Well done.
Yeah. All right, looks like we're getting a better spot here. I can help with that right peak.
Just trying to think where my
Warning, incoming
brother-in-law
missile.
comes from in Uruguay. I'm going to
Airstrike
ask.
online.
Well, they do have me targeted, don't they?
Warning, incoming missile.
Ouch.
Warning, incoming missile.
Target spotted.
Fuel at 25%.
Looks like I'm on the tail end of the rotation again.
Target spotted.
Airstrike online. Fuel at 25%.
So this Thundercats, my brother-in-law comes from Salto. That's where it is.
Ouch. What are you hitting me for, buddy? I'm the good guy. You're the bad guy. Ouch, ouch.
We've
Uh-oh.
destroyed target Alpha.
Let's see if I can get this
New
guy.
target acquired.
Where did he go? Right through here? Maybe? Maybe? Oh, yeah.
Left torso critical damage. Warning, incoming.
The hostiles have already
Artillery
started to make a
strike
dent.
online.
Be sure to stop them.
1 to 10. They're just romping through us. It's got to be me.
Incoming missile.
I must be drawing all these tier 1 players that want to take me down. I think even McFish is down in tier 2 now.
Fuel at 25%.
No way.
No, he's not.
There's plenty of matches I've seen you be a walking disaster, and he still comes out with 1,000 score.
I know. I know. It's crazy.
You know, the team loses dramatically, but he's
Yeah, but he carried most of it anyway.
Left lab destroyed.
Darth Guy, he's a pretty good player, I think. I saw him the other night. Look, they just keep shooting his body. What kind of sportsmanship is
Don't
that?
recognise any names these days.
That's terrible.
That's it. Pack it up. The hostiles are taking
1 to
control of the
12.
target.
It's just been like that for the last 2 months, 3 months. A lot of these matches. Which makes me wonder if it's more that the matchmaker's broken too. It's not me. I'm not broken. It's the matchmaker that's broken. That's what I'd like to think. I have this at 21:9. I need to set it so that Twitch displays it at 21:9 too. You're right. Thank you for reminding me that. That's why I've got the bars on there, which you probably noticed. Which doesn't leave you a lot of room for chat, I suppose. Right? But if you got a wide monitor, it'd be great. Thundercats did well. Got a kill. No kills. 568. Nice. You only doubled me. I feel pretty good about that. Kodo somehow got whomped in there somehow early. My channel, see how it works. Are you streaming right now, Thundercats? You're using OBS probably. I've got to figure out how to set it. Either in Twitch or in XSplit. I'll just have to do a little reading. I just don't have time to really dig into it right now, but I should, because I've been wanting to. I know they didn't really support it at first for a while, but I know they have for a while. All right, this is probably my last drop. Nope, don't get views, so I don't bother to do it. Hey, if I can get views, and being the player that I am, you could probably get views because people would actually watch you to learn how to play. I tell people that this is an educational stream, and I teach them how to be a tier 1 pilot by doing all the wrong things. That's my niche of education. But you actually are a good player, so you could have people come watch you to see you do your thing. I chat. You mean I whine and complain because I get beat up so much? Yeah, there's that. There's that. Well, I do chat, I suppose, but if Drax isn't here to make fun of, even though I really love him dearly, if I can't give him a hard time about his wonderful accent, then what would I do? There'd be nothing to talk about anymore. I have to pay him to come onto my stream. He doesn't just show up to be punished. I have to pay him.
Yeah, I get a percentage of his revenue stream from Twitch.
You got another 13 cents coming this month.
Wow, it's exciting.
I know. I looked at my stats, my income.
I'll buy a second house one day.
If I go to my dashboard and I look at I had 18 subscribers once for a while. But then they watched my channel and they unsubscribed, so that was kind of disappointing. If I go here, just stream summary overview. Let's go to overview. I have 1 subscription right now. That means I make $2. This month I've made $5.80 for 33 hours of streaming. 33 and a half hours. So that's, what's 580 divided by 33.5? I don't know. That's like real math almost. It's like 30 cents an hour or something, probably like that. I think part of it is, it's the mystique of the fame, right? Like, you can say, oh, I know this streamer. I mean, I talk to him. He talks to me, and he's a streamer. He's an old guy. He might die in the middle of a stream one of these days, but I'll be there when it happens, and I'll be able to tell my friends. I watched Dark Marauder die, and then really die. I'll never forget that day. And we're coming close, because Corsair went in for major heart surgery just like, what's it been, 2 months ago?
Yeah.
So that was like a dress rehearsal. I hope not for any of us. But we live on the edge here on my stream. Some of us further over the edge than we would like, I think.
Do not recommend.
Cannot recommend. That's right. Don't recommend you play the way I play. I don't recommend you do what we do in our medical lives. I'm in pretty good shape, I think. I need to lose weight, but other than that, I'm okay for an old guy. I'm not on any drugs or any kind of, medications or anything. That's good. I can't say I'm in shape. That'd be a wild exaggeration.
Rounds of shape.
Rounds of shape, that's right. Pear shapes of shape. I lost 30 pounds and then I gained 10 back. But I've stayed there for 3 or 4 months. So I probably should buckle down and lose 20 more, and then I could, gain 5 back and try to do it again.
I've just started doing rolling 36-hour fasts, and I've already lost 4 kilos.
Well, 36-hour fasts?
Yeah.
Why not just do 24-hour fasts?
Well, you got to look into the science of it.
Yeah.
So
You want to get into
basically
ketosis
optimal-
if you're doing it for weight loss, right?
that's right. But the ketosis benefits ramps up and then tails off. And the best, like the science
Oh,
is
I
saying,
see.
pretty much sort of the best place
Reactor
for weight loss is a
online.
36-hour, like repeatedly 36-hour
Sensors
fast.
online.
That wouldn't be
start to
bad
see other
because
benefits. You start to see other benefits like autophagy
Systems nominal.
after the 30, like from 36 as well.
Like
Autophagy
what?
is when you're replacing autophagy. It's when you're replacing dead cells, bad cells, toxic cells in your body.
Oh, okay.
So
well,
when you
wait,
go from
that
36
might
to
replace a lot of my
72
brain cells, and I need those.
No, because in actual fact, what you see after 48 hours is you start seeing a replacement. You start to see a hormone that
At 25%.
does something with the. I don't know if it allows it grows brain cells. I can't remember what it was, but
Oh,
you need to look
interesting.
into the site. Plenty of
Yeah.
videos on YouTube that talk about the different hours of fasting and the benefits of it.
What is there a good short one you can send me? I'll check it out because
Well, a lot of people. Oh, video. Yeah, sure.
yeah, I don't want to watch
yeah.
a zillion of them to find one that's good if I don't have to.
Yeah.
So I already have 3,000 tabs that I didn't want to watch.
Please.
What?
Sorry?
Corsair?
I said, can you copy me also,
Online.
please?
No, this is top secret information, Corsair. I don't know that you're cleared to
I mean,
see it
literally,
yet.
Wow.
YouTube has so much information on this now. Like, there's plenty of doctors out there talking about this stuff.
Well, I know. I just didn't know 36-hour fast was a thing because I don't. That's not something I really try.
So there's
good to hear it.
intermittent fasting, which is
Yeah.
essentially you skip breakfast. There's one meal
Oh,
a day,
yeah.
which is essentially you just have one meal a day,
Yeah.
and it's got to be
And-
the same meal, same time.
And
then
some
you
people
get into
do.
longer fasts, which is a 36-hour, a 48-hour, and then a 72-hour. And there's not a lot of point of doing more than 72 hours. It's also quite difficult to sustain after 72 hours. It's
Well,
quite
it feels like after the first 24 hours, I'm not hungry, so going a few more doesn't matter, right? It's easy.
Well, that's exactly right, because that's ketosis, right? So you've entered
Yeah.
your ketosis state. Your liver's basically starting to use fat supply as the energy
Yeah.
source. But what you also tend to do is release toxins in your body. So inflammation is also getting released. So those points that have been inflammatory in your body, the stuff that's there that is causing the inflammation is also getting released, which is why sometimes some people start to feel a little bit bad during their fasting period. And what you've got to realize is actually a good thing, because what's actually happening is you're releasing some of that inflammation into the body, going into the bloodstream, and it will get released out of the body. But depending on how much inflammation you're talking about, it takes the time it takes. But you, like anything over 36 hours, they recommend you actually see a doctor to make sure that it's appropriate for you. Because there are certain things, like certain female conditions, that can affect the capacity to fast. There's also certainly just general health conditions that can also affect
Yeah.
fasting. So there's an argument that fasting actually helps with diabetes, but there's also an argument that people with diabetes, because you get an insulin reset, you get a reset of your insulin sensitivity after I think it's after 48 hours from memory. I may be wrong, but essentially you start resetting your
friendly.
insulin sensitivity, which is good. But people with diabetes, I think there was something that I read
New
somewhere.
target acquired.
You definitely want to see your doctor if you're going to try these fast, because there may be an issue with insulin levels.
Target spotted.
Yeah, going into diabetic coma because your glucose drops too
Airstrike
low.
online.
It's kind of suck.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think it's like if you're type 2 or type 1, I don't think it's for both.
New
I don't
target
think there's
acquired.
a difference between type 1 and type 2, to be honest.
Type 1's the bad one.
Right.
Airstrike online.
Target spotted.
Ah, shoot. Woo-wee.
Airstrike online. New target acquired. acquired.
Target spotted.
Ouch. That guy's gousing
Target
over there.
destroyed.
Man, it's a nice little firefight we got going on here. Where's the guy? There's that Bane up there. There he is. Ouch. Don't want to tangle
Your
with
team's
him
going to win
yet.
this if they're not stupid,
Target
Dark.
acquired.
7-2.
We can do it. We can be stupid.
You just need to roll over everyone now. Shoot the same Mechs and you'll win.
Gosh, that longbow's just tough.
Target destroyed.
Everyone's
Heat
shooting all
level
over his
critical.
armor.
Target acquired. Heat
Don't
level
overexpose it,
critical.
Dark. Now we got 2 Mechs left to do.
There's a
roll over.
shutdown, Drax. That was for you.
Thank you.
I knew you'd miss it if I didn't do it at least once
Good
per
to see
match.
you get one in. Yeah. I'm disappointed you haven't done 3 because that's the typical.
I know, that's the mark, right, of a good pilot. He can shut down 3 times
No.
before he dies.
No, that's the mark of a terrible pilot. Though.
Oh, I forgot.
Fuel at 25%.
Oh, I was gonna kill him. So close.
Oh, there you go. You won one.
Yeah, I got a kill.
You did well. You probably did
Finally. I don't know what my score was. Let's see. 636. I'll take that. I'm happy with that anytime.
well. Right, cool. Nice.
I worked on 10
Tennis.
different mechs. Said hello.
Nice. Good on you. I like that 8-team damage. Well done, Dark. You know,
Only 8. My only
Great.
8, yeah. I
great
thought you
to
said
see ya.
18.
get
yeah.
that sneaky back shot in, Dark.
Yep. It was his top shoulder, I think, is what happened. I could have had a bit of fun if video of dying during the stream was allowed. Okay. Hey, Thundercats, thanks for dropping with me. Appreciate it. Kodo, always a pleasure, of course.
Finish dropping?
I got to go to bed. Yeah, it's late. I got a big day tomorrow of something. I don't know what it is. I know there's just a lot of stuff I got to get done. We took Effie. I'll give you a quick update on Effie, though. We took her to the doctor for a mental health, check in, and she basically scored 0. I'm laughing because it's sad, not because it's a good thing, but she just, and this was one of her better days. So the doctor told Jennifer that we should just stop trying to talk her and force her into drinking when she doesn't want to drink and eating when she doesn't want to eat, or taking her meds when she doesn't want to take her meds, because she's going to die. There's nothing you can really do about it. And prolonging it's not going to necessarily help her, and she wouldn't want to live this way anyway, right? And Jennifer's like, yes, right. And he said, that's what you should do. And she said, I'm glad, I guess, that you said that, because I just kind of need permission, to stop trying to fight her to keep her alive. And so kind of I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means she'll continue to live for another 2 years because she's just a tough bird, or if this could be the beginning of a, quick downturn in the next month or two.
What are the meds?
Oh, she's on, I can't even name them all. Jennifer puts them in a pill box. There's like, she has to take, one of them, she takes a hydrocodone that's a painkiller.
Is anything for a thyroid?
Yeah, she has thyroid, and she has, what is it? You can't get it in.
Well, if she doesn't take a thyroid medication, it'll take her out.
Well, I know. And she gets really weak when she doesn't have her thyroid. So she needs that, but she also has I can't remember what it's called. It's not, quinine. You can't really get it in America anymore, but we get it from Canada. Because her legs get terrible cramps and her toes curl up and her feet, and it wakes her up screaming in pain if she doesn't have it.
Yeah.
So we have to kind of give her that. We've been giving it to her one every other day instead of one every day. So we've cut that back, but I don't know that we can get away with not giving it to her. So we'll, obviously try to keep giving her the ones that are critical. But she's, she can't really, when she's having a good day, she can laugh at jokes pretty well and has a pretty good mood and stuff, but she can't remember anything very long or very much. And on a bad day, even on a good day, she can't often finish a sentence with a question she's trying to ask or a comment she's trying to make. And on a bad day, she can't even form a sentence sometimes. So she's definitely, getting substantially worse. So it's sad, but we knew it was coming. And I don't know what that means time-wise or anything, but that's the current update. You guys watching the stream, it's like, why do we care about this? Because it's my mother-in-law and I care. And what I care about, you have to pretend to care about. And then you can leave the stream. That's fine, too.
Resonate. I mean, if you're old enough, Duck, everyone resonates with watching a
Oh, yeah. No, I'm talking about the lurkers in the stream that, might be 12 years old and thinking, why is this old guy talking about as an older mom? Yeah. That's why I refuse to take another pill to hype me up. Hate secondary effects. Less meds, better. I'm so glad I'm not on any meds. And I do have kind of higher blood pressure or cholesterol or something like that. And my doctor recommended I get on statins. And I'm just not. Unless I absolutely would have to, I'm not going to do it. I'd rather lose weight and take care of it that way. As much as I hate the thought of not eating everything in sight that I want, I can deal with that a lot easier than messing with a bunch of drugs that I don't really think are necessarily good for me. So I get that. And I'm not against taking drugs if you really need it. I'm not at all. But I know so many people that the cure's worse than the sickness with all the side effects that they get from their drugs and stuff. So I'm just trying to stay
one of the
away from
funny side effects of antidepressants is suicidal tendencies.
Well, yeah. Well, like withdrawal, or even not even if you've stopped taking them sometimes.
It's
I know, it's so ironic and sad. Yeah. I think a lot of times for people, what you should prescribe for your clients, Drax, is if they're having suicidal tendencies, have them come and watch my stream. They'll feel a whole lot better about their lives afterwards. It'll help them.
As long as it's not a giveaway stream, sure.
That reminds me, do I have a piece of paper around here somewhere?
No.
All right, everybody, thanks a lot. This has been Ghostlands, your favorite place to waste the most important moments of your life with me, your host, Guy Dark Marauder, and the unusual cast of suspects known as Ghostlands, with special guest appearances by Thundercats tonight. Checks in the mail. You'll get 12 cents for that, Thundercats. And, of course, the delectable Kodo and mysterious Corsair. And side kibitz man Draxos. Haxos, formerly known as, now we don't want to...
just Drax, to be honest.
Well, I know it's not an O's, but I was thinking of Haxos, or Haxeratter.
No, it was Hax.
Or the MechWarrior known as what, 19Su3976 or something like that?
169429881.
Oh my gosh. All right. Till next time, be good to each other, take care of each other, and be sure to shoot each other's designated targets. Good night, everybody. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night, Thundercats. If you're interested in being notified next time I'm on, be sure to hit follow. It's a bad life choice, and you might not recover from it, but you'll get alpha struck in the back next time I go live, which will probably be every night, or almost every night, about 5 nights a week. And if you want to really double down on your bad life choices, be sure to hit subscribe, because no one can waste your money more efficiently than I can.